So in this video, I want to look at something a bit different. I'm going to look at one specific subreddit. In this subreddit, s- deals solely with what people call creepy PMs. As most people know, a PM or private message is usually something sent between people that know each other for whatever reason. It's usually family, work colleagues, friends, acquaintances, etc. And usually most of the PMs that are sent are usually something along the lines of, "Oh, how are you doing? Are you coming over this weekend?" Or it's a sports score, or if it's work, "Hey, look, I'm gonna be late. When's this project due? Schoolmates, etc." Those sorts of PMs are usually harmless and easy to deal with. This subreddit generally looks at the darker side of that. PMs that are sent for whatever reason they usually start out easy, lighthearted, and then slowly but surely move into that realm of dark and sinister, or at least dark and crazy. There's also PMs where the person sending could be called a nice guy or a nice girl. There are completely different subreddits for that, and for me to look at that would be a completely other video, which I may or may not touch on down the track. For this, I just want to solely touch on the creepy PM subreddit. And with that, let's have a look and see what people are posting. So this first one in creepy PMs was posted by No Revenue 5874, and it's titled "Left My Phone for 20 Minutes." So I got blocked right after. Oh, and by the way, I only talked to him for 5 minutes, for God's sake. So it starts out, "I really don't like it when you write late. You're talking honestly, you write late. You really hurt me. Are you writing to someone else? I really don't like that you wrote me late. Why are you writing late? Hey, tell us about yourself. We don't have anything to hide. Tell me about yourself, princess." Then he gives like a thumbs up with that emoji. "Great rudeness towards a Turk. Thank you for your disrespectful behavior. You are probably talking to other men. You say you love Turkish people, and yet you are being rude. It is shameful." Then he goes on, "You know that writing to me late is rude to me, right? I really don't like it when you write late. We are talking honestly, you write late. You really hurt me." Oh, so sorry about that. Looks like these are just piling up. Um, yeah, you are cheating on me. Is always now you are writing to another man is really shameful. I saw from you that Egyptians are rude. Thank you. Doing things without informing me, writing late, and suddenly leaving is a great rudeness towards a Turk. Thank you. Effectively, what you can gather from this person's messages, basically, they're insecure and pretty, and essentially expect the person that they're dealing with to essentially wait on them beck and call. That is definitely not how people are. The fact that he basically calls her rude for not looking at her phone for 20 minutes. I mean, I'm sorry, but most people, that's pretty standard. Look, wow, some in the comments, "Wow, this guy has too much time on his hands. The trash took itself out. Better to find out his true nature early. He did you a huge favor." This sounds like a scammer. This is absolutely a scammer. Cheating on him after a few messages. Okay, dude, and that's fair enough. Like, how could she be cheating on him? We shouldn't even know the guy. He's still messaging to this day, wondering when you'll reply. All the Turkish people are still waiting for her reply. That's weird. "If I never have to hear the word late ever again, it would be perfectly fine with that. Also, tell us about yourself. Who is he? Venom? I would love if he had a symbiote. I would rather text Venom." So essentially, look, this is maybe a mild case, but it's definitely a case of someone with too much time on their hands, doesn't understand boundaries. And I think that's going to be the theme for most of these people. But yeah, look, we'll definitely see what else is there. On to the next case. So this next one was posted by broad underscore fan 2198, and it's sort of DBZ art critic goes greener at the mere idea of a woman speaking to him. So she puts, "This guy left several critique comments on my art Insta posts. Apparently he wanted to give me more advice on DM. The conversation slowly turns into talking about DBZ, and as soon as he finds out I'm a woman, he goes Gunner mode. Why can't men be normal?" So yeah, anyway, this gent here is feeling quite teased by a lady that's so passionate about DBZs. I try. I'm better than I was. I'm not as familiar with Western stuff. You mean Marvel and DC and those kinds of things? So, how so? Well, a lovely last talking about my favorite of media. Say that doesn't occur regularly, and right now I'm quite on the repressed side, so it's understandable. I get a bit heated on. Girls need to get into DBZ, bro. It's not fair. None of my friends like it. They fumbled. Dragon Ball is practically just a hope for me. So you can already tell this person, I guess, is sort of what you would call a neckbeard. I know I don't like that term, but look, it's definitely a term that I think describes these sorts of people that try to block others from certain things or they act in a certain manner. Look, that's also another topic as well, and a very deep one. Probably the term neckbeard, I think, falls into the "are a nice guy" type stuff. Yeah. Anyway, repress sounds awful. Yes. So right now, as I mentioned before, I'm quite hard for you. Lol, hilarious. I'm at work. I'm at work as well. LMFAO, but it's loose here. Yes. So yeah. Okay. Would love to come Kamehameha in you and loosen you a bit. Oh God. So we can see where this is going. It's not great. Uh, So I like girls, bro. Well, then you won't think anything bad on me. So please do indeed make good for my quest. You're asking for pics. I already think bad. Well, I'm willing to compromise. How an art combo turned into this? I'm guessing did. How did an art combo? Yeah, I didn't have a bit of fun with an artist, and I'm already on heat and or if you'd see, you'd say I'm going nuts, bro. He goes here. Look, just go back to talking about DBZ. No thanks. And then clearly the OP has blocked this person, which is for the best. I mean, let's be honest. Looking at that, the dude basically went from critiquing her to essentially trying to send her naked pictures of himself, when she clearly was not interested, and she even said she was into women. So we look at the comments in this one. That's icky. And anyway, as another DBZ fan that happens to be a woman, what's your stance on the abridged? So the abridged, if you don't know, is essentially someone essentially took the original DBZ or the Dragon Ball Z shows and basically did voiceovers of everything. It's pretty cool. Check it out if you. It's on YouTube. It's awesome. Then they talk about that. So then they go on and talk about the bridge stuff. You know, then someone says, "This is the most neckbeard I've ever seen." I feel like when this conversation ended, he yelled at his mom to bring him more tendies and Mountain Dew. I'm at work at well. That was the most uncomfortable part to me. Like, you mean to tell me bro was at work bricked up because what he thought was possibly a female like Stevie Z? This was, and then someone says, and rightly so, this is probably the first time a woman has voluntarily talked to him since kindergarten. Absolutely. Someone says, this conversation looks super gross to me, but as an asexual person, I often kind of wonder if I find these chats that are posted here gross because they are, or just because I would find any kind of dirty talk gross in general. Like, I don't think I've seen people sex/dirty talk over chat where both of them are consenting and into it, even though that stuff definitely happens in real life. And I feel like I might be getting biased by hanging out in that sub, but this guy is like super fedora, bro, right in the very beginning. Again, fedora falls into the whole sort of neckbeard thing. Someone says you find them gross because they are 100%. That was disturbing. I'm a very sexual person. I love intimate banter or dirty talk only when I'm actually consenting to it, and that's the problem with such people. They don't care about your consent and will dirty talk on their own, even if you don't engage, which is essentially what that person was doing. Then they go, and someone says, "Oh, I know they're gross, or else they wouldn't have been posted here." I just think it's like that. If I saw a totally consensual one, I'd also think it was gross and have trouble determining that both people were consenting to it. And then the OP goes, I'm also a slash arrow, sex isn't disgusting, IMO, but it's just not my cup of tea. On this subreddit, you almost will only find exclusively non-consenting one-sided messages. If it was consenting, then it wouldn't be in a creepy PM. This dude here prefaced this whole DM with art advice for one of my pieces on my Instagram page. A page where my face, my gender, and my sexual orientation are not listed. It can happen to anyone perceived as female. If you're ever confused about whether this is consenting or not, just remember the context of these messages on the post. If someone says something sexual, a consenting person wouldn't reply, "Lol, let's get back to talking about what we were talking about before," which is 100% true. And anything said should always have consent, no matter. On to the next one. So this next one is the very definition of a creepy P. So the OP goes, I posted about losing my guinea pigs an hour ago. And then apparently someone slid into her what's called sliding, so essentially sending an unsolicited private message. So the person sent the message that was sent to her goes, "Hey, would you like to be a FWB or for the benefit online? I'll send money too. Nothing serious. Just looking for someone I can have fun with and develop a connection." And then the OP replied to this person, "How the F do you read about someone grieving losing their pet and think, yeah, now's the time to slide? There are so many subreddits specifically for people like you, and yet you decide to try it with someone who is devastated. Get some help genuinely. Your lack of empathy and inability to read a room is disturbing." Yeah, so in no way, shape, or form is the person that sent the first message reading what the OP said apparently in their post. Why anybody would send that type of message is beyond me. It's- I'm sure, look, there are a lot of people out there get these kinds of messages all the time, and look, they are unexcusable. There's no reason to be sending anything of that nature, especially if you don't know the person. And then the comments, sorry you had to deal with the Adam-brained jizz goblin, and so sorry about the guineas. I'm using this thing, so yeah, I'm talking about that. It's funny, but not, something about this message seems extremely robotic and mechanical. Regardless, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for you lost your guinea pigs. Look, I'm sorry for your loss. Time heals heart and soul. I know right now all you want is a piggyback, and as far as the a-hole who wrote that to you, that's what you call a genuine narcissist, and don't give him the time of day. I wish I could meet people like this in person because they'd never forget the words I have for them. And look, it's not great when people do these sorts of things, and it removes that consent, or and crosses any and all boundaries. You know, someone Another comment: people can't be this stupid, surely. But I prefer the idea that they're stupid to the idea that they somehow get off selecting vulnerable people to creep on. And look, it's exactly what people like that do. They find vulnerable people to creep on, and there's no time or place for any of that sort of behavior. And on to the next one. This next one was posted by the underscore scorpion underscore 26. And she says, I had to block him afterwards. Being a sexual woman sucks. So it starts out, hi. She waves, make me your slave. What? Me? Your dominatrix. I'm only 19 and asexual. So what? I'm 23. I think that's going to be a no for me. Right then and there, that sentence should have stopped it all. And the person goes, please, mistress. And she goes, don't call me mistress. I'm not your mother. Right there. Please, I might as well have to block you and put you on creepy PMs on Reddit at this point. And that's what she did. The person that messaged the OP clearly doesn't understand no, and I'm guessing is what others and some people would call maybe a neckbeard or into weird stuff, etc. But the minute someone says no is the minute it should stop. It's clear the OP was not interested. And then yeah, rightfully so, people in the comments blasted the person that messaged the OP, bro, acting like begging after you said no would make a difference. You know, Jesus Evan Christ, my nephew has a better understanding of the word no, and he's two. Then someone, fellow 19-year-old that aside, violating the boundaries of someone who isn't interested in doming you doesn't make you a good sub, it just makes you a pushy dick, like the wannabe doms I keep seeing on this subreddit. No means no. Absolutely. No means no. If a woman says no to your advances, it means no. No, then someone goes, no apparently means try harder. Apparently it does. No means no. At the end of the day, no is no. You shouldn't try and turn no into a yes. You just did exactly what the weirdos jerk off to. You posted him online and humiliated him. You just gave him the best nut of his life. Next time, ignore messages like this. Do not dignify them with a reply. Men like this literally deliberately harass women like you in hopes you'll get angry and tell them off or post them online. That's what they want. Then the OP replies, yeah, I think learning from this made me realize that I def should ignore messages like this. And it's not great. Like, doesn't matter what it is, no is no is no. And in this case, no is no. On to the If you like this video, give it a like. If you like the channel, give it a subscribe. And if you want to stay notified for future videos, hit that bell. So this next one talk more about the dark side of social media and how that interacts with PMs. So this person, medical underscore lead underscore 289, random WhatsApp number texted me and then sent a photo of me from my private Instagram, WTF. Also, they text me in my native language, then this number is from Mongolia. So as we can see, the person tried to call him, sent him a random picture, looks like, and then he goes, "Good morning, beautiful." And then the guy goes, "What, you gay or something?" Then I'm guessing that's his native language. And then he goes, "The F, how are you, Erlin? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?" And then sends a picture of the person. And then the OP goes, "Are you stalking me?" You know, and then in the comments, rightly so, block ASAP. I blocked him. I'm just worried that since he somehow has access to my private Instagram, I don't know who he is. Uh, I've unfollowed every account on my Insta that I don't know. Like, I don't know. Edit. I've heard of websites that stalkers use to get access to private accounts. Try reporting him. Will do. Good luck. I hope he'll stop doing this. It's disgusting. This sort of thing shows the dark side of how people will use various, things like Instagram and Facebook to try and get under people's skin, show that they have control. Look, that's why it comes down to making sure that you know who you have on what apps. You know, like when you look at things like Facebook and you see these people with over 1,000 friends, realistically, of those over 1,000 people, how many of them do you actually know? Most people, there's no way you know all of those people. They're probably people who are friends of friends of friends. People who most people aren't even in contact with anymore, or their profiles that no one uses anymore, like that Facebook account. And instead of, like most people do, they'll go through their account every couple of years and call people that they don't know or what appear to be accounts that have not made a post in years. And rightfully so. You get rid of that stuff, and that's usually where this sort of thing happens. You know, as someone said, this is scary. This is 100% scary. You know, someone says, "Wouldn't you like to know the weather boy had me gasping?" Then he goes, "I don't know. Thought it was funny until he sent me photos of me. I was just messing with him." The problem is, yes, while the OP thought I'll mess with him, the problem is he doesn't know how dangerous the person sending him the message actually is. And look, it is scary. It's definitely, I don't want to say borders into the creepy, but it definitely goes into the whole stalker realm because you don't know who's talking to you. You don't know what information, that they've gotten. And that's why you need to be careful. And on to the For this last part, I'm just going to scroll through some of the many posts. I'm actually going to look at the comments this time for this one. Just this one here, actually scary how easy guys get off when you call them out on someone. So apparently, this one right here, um, it seems the person that was messaging the OP has changed accounts to try and message them. What do you think? I'm weird. You get offended over a goth Ramona cosplay. No idea what that is. Well, I know what a goth is in cosplay, but no idea who Ramona is. What do you call? Why'd you call me a weirdo over a cosplay? Oh my god, the fact you went to another account to track me down over this is even weirder. Then eventually they're, basically having to go at the OP. There's no excuse for that. Then this person essentially trying to take away the OP's consent to anything here. Um, Typical, I grab you, move from the wall, and bend you over my desk. I'm pushing you down and I'm pushing down your back while your boobs are being pressed against the bench, pumping you with my hips out of control. I press my thumb against your butt while I'm fing you. Aaron, sir, that is rape. I never consented. And essentially, that's exactly what that is. The OP that posted this never consented to any of that role play or you know, even in real life, the OP wouldn't consent to that because that is rape, you know. And this person just being told no and not listening, it's not great. Always question something that seems too good to be true. Hey, when extra room if you guys want it. Yes, of course. Is this offered for 1 or a few days? If it's for a few days, then how long would we be allowed to stay? What are you asking for in return? What would be the conditions for us staying? What do you offer for help? So this person is asking for a room and what sort of inquire is required. No worries. I was thinking you both can share my house with me. We have plenty of space for parking. You guys, whatever your own room, and I can help with groceries for a few months. All I'm asking is turn spend one night a month with your girlfriend, and you guys can live rent free. There it is. There it is. So the world of creepy PMs is definitely creepy and bizarre. It's filled with, I want to say, creepy for the sake of creepy, just people crossing boundaries to the point of people sending virtual rape threats. And there's nothing good about that, and there never will be. So when you PM someone, make sure you're taking into account what you're doing and why you're posting. This one want to make it very easy to you. Want to literally just get topless on a call for like 10 minutes. Why? Just don't do that. No good will ever come from that. Until next time, stay safe.